we are here today
with Stephanie
and
her.
This is my
ATV?
My UTV.
Oh, UTV.
It's a UTV.
Okay. What's the difference between ATV and UTV?
Hey guys, I'm Megan.
And I'm Stephanie, and we are
Barn Besties
with
farm fresh advice
for you. So we are here to impart the knowledge that we have learned over the years of building and running barns, so that you guys don't have to have the problems and the misery and the mistakes that we made. Hope you enjoy our videos. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, right?
Right, and we hope to save you time and money on your new adventures.
Absolutely.
Hey, I'm Megan.
And I'm Stephanie, and we are
Barn Besties
with
farm fresh advice.
So we are here today
with Stephanie
and
her.
This is my
ATV?
My UTV.
Oh, UTV.
It's a UTV.
Okay. What's the difference between ATV and UTV?
ATV is a one-seater, one person on it. Smaller. Okay. You know, it's kind of like you're sitting on a motorcycle, but it's got the four wheels.
Interesting.
Meant
so
for
like
one
a
person.
Yeah. Okay. So I interchange them all the time.
A utility terrain vehicle.
Okay.
So UTV is going to be anywhere from 2 or 3 people. Some of them have a couple rows.
Yeah,
you might have like a couple rows.
6.
It's got a bed in the back.
Okay.
Bigger.
Gas or diesel?
So this is a Polaris, and of course these come in all different manufacturers, all different brands. This is just a Polaris. It's called a Ranger. This is a gasoline. Not my first choice.
Okay.
And it's nothing to do with the brand. We are solely talking my opinion on gasoline versus vehicle or diesel vehicle.
I have diesel. I have a Kubota.
So
why?
For a UTV, my preference would be diesel because either one can catch fire.
Oh,
but you find historically, I've known a number of people whose barn fires have happened because their gasoline powered equipment has started on fire.
Now, is that
whatever it is?
Gasoline
Gasoline is way more flammable than diesel.
But then hold on.
Yeah.
Roll it back. So is it because of where they store it?
That too. Absolutely.
Because it comes in hot, you drive it in the barn, it's sitting there.
And it catches
hot.
fire.
Yeah.
And once you have a combustible gasoline, it just explodes, and they're highly combustible. So, yeah. I mean, diesels start on fire. We've heard of tractor fires many times. I mean, anything that's got any kind of like flammable fuel is going to start fire. But I would prefer, I know too many people who have lost their barn and animals due to, I'm not saying a UTV per se, anything that's gasoline powered, lawnmowers, you know what I mean?
Anything
whatever.
that gets hot.
Anything that's got gasoline in it. Yeah, Bobcat, anything like that. But this is gasoline powered. We got this used. We actually had a different one when we got the farm. We got used.
Do you use the seatbelt?
Yeah, sometimes we do because we are on hills, and you can roll these.
Yeah.
Yep, safe. So this one came with a windshield. Our first one we had did not. I do like that for rainy and winter and things.
Yeah.
Bugs.
And it has a cover.
It actually has a roof on it, which I really like. You can get them with full enclosure with doors. This one did not come with that. That was really nice when it's called out, but not practical for what I use it for on the farm. To be popping doors open and closed, it's gonna break.
Yeah.
Those are gonna break. So it's got, you know, cup holders, which honestly just hold tools.
Yeah.
It does have storage. This is obviously the driver's side. It does have a nice big storage bin right here.
Let's see what do you got in there.
Oh,
you can never have enough pins.
Linch pin, hitch pin for, you know, lowering wagons and things.
Love it.
You know, various tools for cutting things. These are awesome. Usually I have some sort of bug spray. This is actually just a gasoline treatment for putting in here. It's pretty empty, like you said. You can never have enough.
Nope, all different sizes.
So this is really clipped out. I do actually have a spark plug wrench in here for. I do periodically change the spark plugs in this because it is gas. It has a tendency to foul out the spark plugs. So it's older too, but it's really big storage, which I really like. So that little lever there is, there's one on this side, there's actually a matching one on the other side, and that is to tip this. Now, before we do that, this is the bed. We actually built this little contraption for the back. And it's got poo in it right now, manure in it. This we did this specifically. We do a lot of, like, when the trees come down, you got branches coming down, we like will load this thing up with cut branches and leaves. And this is just plexiglass on a wood frame. Just protects the people in the actual
Driving,
in the seat.
when you're
Yeah,
going
and
down
then
the
we were
hill.
able to hang the slow moving vehicle sign,
Yeah.
which is a requirement if you get anywhere near the roads or you're driving on the roads. You have to have that. So,
Now, the biggest question, is it big enough?
is it big enough
Do
for?
you wish the bed was bigger?
Oh yeah, you could always have a bigger bed.
Yeah, I
but
always feel that
honestly,
way.
the more stuff in here, you'd have to have another set of axle and stuff. But it works really well. I actually haul manure. I keep the bed, the back open or closed. I will pile, and I've piled manure like up to here before.
Wow.
I try not to do that because it is very heavy.
Yeah.
And it's hard to dump. This one does not have a motor assisted dump. It is
All hand.
all hand. So.
Okay.
There's a lever right here.
You need to do both levers? Or
Sure,
just one?
sure. Because it connects. So there's
Okay.
a lever on each side,
Ready?
and it's here. Show Mr. Cameron. You see this? This lever. It's just a little hand lever that releases the bed, and then you just tip up.
Oh.
And you see it's heavy because we installed this.
Oh, I like it.
It wouldn't be that heavy without this big thing on here.
Gotcha.
But that's as far as it tips. So you can kind of dump out leaves and,
Oh, this would be
grass
perfect for
clippings.
leaves. Yeah.
Like I said, tree branches and
Mumsy
things.
needs this.
When we got hit by the tornado,
Yeah.
we
Used
this
it
thing
a
was
lot.
in use for about 3 weeks straight.
Yeah.
Because we lost so many trees. We couldn't even get out of our driveway for a day because we had an oak tree and
Over it.
maple trees and all kinds of trees over. You
Yeah.
couldn't get in or out of the driveway. So this thing worked really well, and then it's loud. But there, you just want to make sure it hooks.
Sure, close. There we go.
Yeah.
Yep, now it's locked.
Okay, and then on the back, it does have lights, so it is legal to be on the road as long as you got your slow moving vehicle sign. It actually goes about 45 miles an hour.
Oh,
which
no
is
way.
Also, if you're going to be on the road, you obviously have to be
Oh.
buckled.
I think it goes faster than mine.
Yeah, it's quite fast.
I'm a little jealous.
I'll zoom you around on it.
Yeah, I need to
So,
be zoomed around.
It does have a regular standard truck hitch. So I actually have a truck hitch and ball on the bottom here. It's got a 2-inch ball. What I actually put, I put the tractor chain around that and can drag my arena
Oh, that's perfect.
with that. But you can also get a hitch and take the ball off and use the pins
Yeah.
to hook on to things like trailers and things. But
Yep.
you can hook this onto anything you need to. Now that said, this is a belt drive, not a chain drive. You get something that's a little heavy, you're going to burn the belt on it and need to get a new belt on it. But it has a pretty decent pulling ratio, and it actually can handle quite a bit of weight. You need to obviously follow manufacturer's instructions, the owner's manual, but this little machine has been honestly a godsend around the farm.
Yeah.
Especially, like I said, we got hit by a tornado, direct hit by an EF1 tornado, tons of debris, and this thing worked so hard for us. And zoomed around and has been pretty good machine. Again, like I said, would prefer it to be diesel, but
Yeah.
gasoline goes in on that side. There's like a standard filling for it. It's
Ooh. And then you gotta show them.
so this is going to be your gasoline tank here. Here's obviously the filler area for it. Again, we've got
Seatbelt.
seat belts. This has actually got a bench seat. Excuse me, Megan.
Yeah.
So it actually seats 3 in the front. It's a bench seat. Now this seat pops off, and that's how you can access, parts of the engine, like to do a little
Oh.
maintenance on it. Obviously, here's your gas tank and everything on
Yep.
it. And then I'm going to switch sides.
Yep.
Pretty standard front to it. It does have a little glove box that we keep tools in
Open the glove box.
very carefully.
Oh.
It just drops down. It's just,
Well, that's handy. We keep hammers.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah, tools.
Scissors in
tools,
there.
as
Yeah.
you can see, screws,
Love it.
tools, all kinds of stuff. I've recently again cleaned it out. Although, I said there's cup holders. All that I end up putting in here is fencing supplies. Oops, sorry, thank you, Megan. Other than that, there's actually like a little cigarette lighter, so you could like actually run like a cell phone charger or something if you have an adapter on it. It does have a drive for all-wheel and four-wheel drive.
Okay.
It's got the light switch. It does have headlights. And again, there's a seat belt for the center as well, so you can be fully legal. Does have the grab strap in case you're needing to hang on. It's
Definitely need
on the
that.
passenger. Now I have, because these are loud, hearing protection. Recommend that for all farm equipment. There's one for passenger, one for the driver. If you're in it for any amount of time, I recommend you put it on. Let's go ahead and pop open the hood.
Oh, how do we do this?
So this is kind of interesting. Mr. Cameraman, you want to come around to the front. So Megan, if you're going to reach your hand in, you see this?
Yeah.
We're going to pop these. They're rubber, so pull down and pull to the side.
Yep.
And then gently, yeah, we kind of wiggle what is stuck on here. It's this right here. It's a little stuck. There we go. Okay, so there's actually
More storage.
absolutely huge storage for tools in here.
I
Cleaned
gotta
out.
say your battery's pretty clean.
Yeah, it's a fairly new battery. So the battery's in there. You've got wiring harness for your headlights and everything. There's your battery. So you can hook it onto a charger in the wintertime. If you're not using it a lot, you need to put it on a maintainer, like a trickle charger. But this is awesome.
This is
You
pretty
can put
clean.
a ton of storage in this.
Wow, I got battery envy. This is all clean.
Yeah, well, I
Fancy.
tried.
Good job
I try too.
maintaining.
And then it does have a radiator. So it does the best cooling it does is when you're driving. But it will run a fan. Hang on a second, I'm stuck here.
Oh, you're still not. Oh,
Pick yours up.
yep.
It's that's the only thing, one of the things that's kind of goofy. Go ahead, pick it up.
Pick it up more. Okay.
There we go. It just got a little under itself. You just gotta make sure it's hooked super easy though. It's just rubber.
Oh, that is very easy. Even I
Yeah.
can figure it out.
So it will run a fan if it's hot. It will sit and run a fan.
Oh.
So like say you've been running around the farm, you're suddenly idling, but it'll sit and run the fan to keep the engine cool. So that's really
Yeah.
pretty nice.
What
But
a great machine.
yeah, this is a 700. Again, it's fuel injected, so I don't know. It's been pretty good. Love
The windshield.
the windshield.
Does yours fog up? Ours fogs up.
No.
Huh.
No problems
Guess
whatsoever.
we got a
with
lot
it
of
fogging
hot
up.
air at our farm.
Well, and this is a glass.
Yeah.
So
Oh, ours is
I think
probably
yours is
plastic.
plexi. I think yours is
Yeah.
plexi. So
Ah.
add some weight to it, but of course it all comes in with built-in rollover protection, which is encased in the windshield and the roof. But that was kind of that grab thing I showed you. It's all got rollover protection. You do have to be really careful on an ATV or a UTV. They are very tippy. A lot of people have been killed on ATVs,
Yeah,
rolling
they
their
have. Be
ATVs
careful.
because there's no rollover protection like there is in here. Now, if you weren't seat belted in and you rolled this, you wouldn't make it. You would get ejected and be a problem. But there is seat belts in this, and again, it's seats 3. It's a little squishy
Yeah.
because I'm 6 foot tall, but it does a nice job. So
I like it.
yeah, one thing on these is they're not super heavy. They do have the ATV tires. You cannot go through, Megan, very deep snow. It's not heavy enough. It'll float up onto the snow and get stuck on top of a snowdrift.
Ours is okay.
Yeah.
Until
To a point.
yeah.
To a point.
But of course, I mean, so
Yeah.
is any vehicle.
This
but
thing-
ours is good in the snow.
You don't want it. It's fine in the snow
Yeah.
as long as the snow doesn't. You get into a drift and you're going to get
Yeah.
stuck because
Yeah.
you're going to float up on top and
Yep.
because this is not that heavy. It's heavy, but it's not heavy like a truck or a car. So
Yep.
yeah. Any other questions? Anything you think I missed?
No, I don't.
Like I
think
said,
so.
if I wasn't using it the way I was using it, I think doors would be really great. But for the fact that how we're using it around the farm, honestly, I think they would be a hindrance and they would probably get broken.
Yep, I'm with you.
But you know, a lot of people in Wisconsin use these on the UTV trails up north,
Oh, yep.
and they use them
Yeah, you would want.
you
doors.
use them probably 10 months out of the 12 months of the year.
Yeah.
Because of the mud they're going through and everything, you want it fully enclosed. Because UTVing is a lot of fun on the UTV trails, but yeah, you would want them enclosed.
Yeah.
Because then you could go out in
But
the
not
rain
for
too and you
farm.
wouldn't care.
Yeah, not
But
for farm.
and that said, there are no windshield wipers on this. So there's products you can put to help the rain run off that I highly recommend. And again, this is actually like a windshield glass, so works really well. I'm pretty dusty, but it's been breezy and dusty around here lately, so I'm not surprised. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, thank you, Steph.
yeah, again, if I had my choices, I would prefer a diesel UTV. Nothing against the brand. A lot of the brands offer gas and diesel. This is just what we ended up with. But for safety wise, if I'm out working this thing and I know she's coming in hot, I do not park it in the barn. I park it out here in the parking area for a couple hours and let it cool down before I will actually park it in the barn, because we do store it in the barn at night and we're not using it. But if she's hot, she stays outside and cools off for an hour or two. I just don't chance it.
Yeah, we put ours in the shop or the feed room, which has a cement foundation.
Yeah, but because it's gas, if it's really hot, I won't park it near any structures. I'll just let it cool off out in the middle of the parking area. In case there's a problem, it's not going to get, even if it goes up and starts on fire, it's not near a structure.
Yep.
So yeah, we might lose this, but we won't lose this in other structures. So just a safety thing to consider. But I find them invaluable to have on a farm.
Oh, you have to.
If I'm running small squares out, if I'm running hay around, I can run small squares out of this. I used to feed Megan the big square bale squares, and they're usually like a 3 foot by 3 foot slice. Sometimes they're 3 by 4 or 4 by 4. But you could back this up to one of those, and I could fill that whole bed all the way up to the roof with big slices from the big square bales.
Oh, that's handy.
And then run out in the field and just peel them off. It was so nice.
We use ours for feeding.
Yep.
So we put small bales, grain, but then also it's so convenient when you're doing fencing. And I always forget a hammer, something, some applicator. And so then you have to hike it back. So it's so great to put everything in the bed and away you go.
This thing for fencing is invaluable because otherwise you'd be making like 15 trips carting stuff back and forth. If you can't buy a UTV and you have a riding lawnmower tractor, like a little garden tractor, you can get
we also have that. We have
you can get a little wagon behind, but honestly, this thing's amazing.
Well, we had we had a golf cart.
Yeah.
We used that for a while. No, not as ideal.
Doesn't do well in the hills.
But we finally invested in a Kubota, so love ours. We'll show you mine later.
I do clean my stalls into this and then run this out to where I pile my manure.
That's a great idea.
So again, using the dump bed,
I
pile the manure in there. I back up to where I have it piled before it goes out in the field, and drop the hitch or the tailgate down and dump it. And so it is dirty because that's what I've been using it for. But
that's a great
so versatile, so versatile. So thanks everybody for tuning in. We're gonna also show you in another video. She's got a UTV as well, different brand, different features, and we'll go through that as well. Right?
Yeah.
So,
sounds good.
Thanks for tuning in. Please make sure that you've hit that subscribe button. Leave us any questions or comments down below. We'd love to hear from you so much. So
thank you, Steph.
Thanks for coming over. Thank you, Mr. Cameraman. And bye, guys.
Bye.